Hi, my name is Barbara Hadley, and I'm a volunteer at the Sewing Labs. And I have been asked to show you something that I've been doing since the beginning of March to help myself get through the lockdown and the pandemic. And this started out as a visual journal project to just record my thoughts and feelings and what was going on about the coronavirus. And this was the first one that I made back in March. A friend of mine who lives down in Florida had quarantined on a sailboat, and she had started doing these accordion journals to do the same thing, record her thoughts and feelings. And once I got started, I've pretty much, I just finished my 10th journal. So I started out telling the story of how we began isolating on March 10th, maybe a little bit earlier than other people. And I try to, if there's something really heady and factual, I try to follow it up with, whew, that was a lot to take in. Let's take a break for beauty. And this next page is the cancellations that we went through. This was a family wedding that's now been postponed twice. The Sewing Labs classes that I was enrolled in were postponed. And so this is just a way to keep track of what was going on in my life. I started out keeping track of the number of cases and the deaths, but that got really heady and overwhelming. How we stayed busy, we did jigsaw puzzles, played board games, watched Netflix movies. This was a story about how we overcame getting groceries because we didn't go out at all. And then again, just doing some art journaling about how I felt about different things that were going on. This is my grandson, and I made masks for the whole family. This was my birthday in the time of coronavirus. This was just the other day. We found a sunflower field, and a group of artists and I went out to paint sunflowers. It was very easy to physically distance while we were there. So I would just love to go through all of these, but I hope that you've gotten a few ideas. It probably would be a good idea to show you how to make your own Accordion-Fold journal. So I use what's called Bristol paper for this, which is kind of like poster board. But I'll just show you. This is a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. If it's 11, no, that's 8.5, so I want 4 1/4 would be the halfway mark. So I have 2 pieces of paper that are the same size. And what I'm going to do is, before I fold anything, I'm going to go ahead and glue the paper together. And once you've got the paper glued, what you could do is you could tape it with washi tape or masking tape or something decorative if you want to do something interesting that way. I would give this a moment to dry. And then what you want to do is you want to fold it in half. And the reason that you glued it is so you don't have to measure. And everything that you do is just fold it in half. So if you liked this size, you could make this your Accordion-Fold journal. And the idea is you would just do another page, another 8.5 by 11 page, and just glue it right there. If you want a more narrow journal, if you just fold it in half, then you have more pages. go back and fold that. So, and I can see these folds are all the opposite direction, but that's no big deal. Just fold it. Might have a little bit of difficulty where that glue is, but it will work. Just have to work with it. My coronavirus journal is basically 4 inches by 4 inches. So here, this is just, that's the secret of doing an easy accordion fold journal, is gluing the paper before you start. And if you want exact, an exact 4-inch journal, what you could do is just go 4 inches and then start folding the accordion fold. But then you're going to end up with the glue right in the middle of a page. And so I really like the idea of gluing it together and then folding it in half, folding it in half again, and then that becomes your accordion fold journal. So thank you for being part of the Sewing Labs, and I'm Barbara Hadley. I volunteer at the Sewing Labs. I hope to see you around. I really appreciate everything you do with the Sewing Labs, if it's taking classes or volunteering or donating or just hanging out. We're a community, and I look forward to seeing you. Thank you.